Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is my review of Chips. So the original television series was clearly a little bit before my time, but it's made its stamp on pop culture. Eric Estrada, that's kind of his main thing. So having the type of cultural impact Chips had, clearly it was time for an R-rated remake. And this R-rated raunchy version of Chips turned out alright. So let's go ahead and jump into what the film gets right first. I think the casting here was really, really good. I think Dax Shephard and Michael Pena both were really good in the film. I think they played their roles really well. I think they vibed off of each other really well. And they made a nice pairing in the film. They shared the comedic duties pretty equally. So also kudos to Dax Shephard, who also wrote and directed this film, for dividing that up and creating this kind of cohesive feeling between the two through the script, and then helping to get Michael Pena in there and keeping it all feeling like genuine friends and a genuine partnership that was really fun to watch on screen. Vincent D'Onofrio is in this. He was really good. You had like Morris Chestnut, who was fine. He didn't really have too much to do, but Maya Rudolph has her little scene. Great scene. Kristen Bell was good here. All of the main people were good. Some of the background characters, not so great. But all of our main characters here were good. And what I want to give Dax Shephard huge kudos for doing is taking on toxic masculinity in this film. And not only that, but giving it to his character. Like, giving his character the duties of kind of taking on that toxic masculinity. And then not only, very frankly, confronting it and saying, hey dude, calm down, but also in the way they kind of dismantle it within the Michael Pena character. And Punch, in particular, had a great story arc. I think his character really showed great development throughout the movie, and it was really nice to see. And it was also really nice to see kind of him helping the Dax Shephard character come full circle as well. So all of it just really worked when it was between the two of them. There's also cameos and throwbacks to the original series. I don't think they took themselves seriously at all. This was definitely meant to be just a fun, funny, R-rated, ridiculous kind of comedy. And that's what they went for. They weren't trying to create some big drama out of it. So, always appreciated when films know their lane and stay in it. But the film also has plenty of problems. The main one being, I didn't laugh all that much. So for being a comedy, it didn't have me laughing nearly as consistently as it should have. There are some good, decent laughs here. I did have some actual laughs going on. It wasn't just a little chuckle here, chuckle there. But it was far and few between. Like, there was huge stretches of this movie where I just didn't laugh at all. And I commend Dax Shephard for trying when it comes to writing, directing, and acting in the film. But I wish he at least would have had a co-screenwriter. Because, as I said, I loved what he did with the toxic masculinity breakdowns. And some of the comedic stuff also worked really well. But then you had some of the dialogue issues. You had some other jokes that were just way off base. We had some story problems. So I wish he would have had somebody else working with him so that he can make sure that stamp stayed in there. But we fixed some of these other screenwriting issues. As for his directing, I think it was fine. It was pretty much standard fare for this. It didn't look any different than most of these type of R-rated or just PG-13 kind of raunchy comedies. So, no points up or down there. He did an adequate job. And speaking on that script, all of the characters kind of have these weird little sub-stories or problems or relationships that were unnecessary and kind of just unneeded. There were just so many things kind of being thrown in there that I wish some of them would have been watered down. The villain in this movie has quite a bit going on here, and none of it ever gets like fully realized. They all have small moments, and he actually has a few great moments with his son and showing that motivation, but we don't get enough of that to fully empathize with the villain and say, oh, I mean, he's still pretty bad, but I can see why. He still comes off as kind of just like, ugh, God, ugh. Same thing with all of the, like, police officers. They all have their own small storylines, but they never go anywhere. We have this, like, secret gay relationship in this movie that never goes anywhere, and the wife that's involved in that secret gay relationship was a horrible actress. I was just like, oh my gosh, when she was on the screen. Morris Chestnut is here and present. He never does anything. He never goes anywhere. He's just kind of there, and it's unfortunately the case with so many of the characters here. Like, we get introduced to a tiny little bit about them, and they kind of stick around, and you see their face in the background, but they never go anywhere. They never do anything. We never learn more. We never go more in depth. So overall, I had a pleasant enough time watching Chips. I think I would say that this is worth a rental. I don't think you need to see it in the theaters. It doesn't really warrant theater-priced viewing, but it's good enough for the laughs and the price. If you rent it at Redbox or wait for it to come on demand, I think you'll have a good time with it. So, that has been my review of Chips. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below, and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on our latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Are you excited to see Chips? Have you seen it? If you did, what did you think? And are you a fan of the original series? Let me know either in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!